Hi there, it's Kim. I wanted to make this video for those of you who have expressed interest in the Be the Medicine program and share a little bit more about the program, about why I created it, and about what we are doing in this program. As most of you know, I was an emergency medicine physician for years before really transitioning into something much more fluid, something that really speaks to my soul and something that I'm receiving so much more out of what I'm doing than where I was before. And it's been, it's been 10 years since leaving full-time ER, but it's been about 4 or 5 years since doing just my mind-body business, my online piece solely. It's been 5 years. And there were a lot of struggles I had in the beginning because I didn't know how to tap into that guidance for what I was creating. I had a feel for it, I understood, but it was like I was kind of floundering around, and it cost a lot of money, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars that I was, because of that lack of clarity of like kind of investing in things that weren't really going to contribute to me the way I thought they were, or just trying to figure it out. Like I remember one time, and then we put $20,000 into this website and then had to kind of go back to the drawing board with everything we were creating, because it's like you don't know what you don't know. And I got so much smarter on it year by year by year, which is awesome. I don't regret how we did it because there was so much personal evolution. But I know it can be a lot more streamlined for many people when we tap into the guidance that's available to us and we don't have to kind of have such a rocky path. So the first thing I wanted to share about in this video was how we get the clarity. So for the Be the Medicine program, a lot of what we're doing is assisting you in being super, super clear on what is it you're being called to create. I'm assuming for those of you who are interested in this, there's a calling, there's a message, there's an inspiration, there's some kind of a knowing, like, wow, I'm really here to serve people in a bigger way. But then getting the clarity on that. What does that look like? What is that? And if you're already kind of doing it, but you're not maybe as defined on exactly who am I here to speak to, exactly what are the structures I can put into place, exactly what does my life look like, how do I do this? So getting the clarity, whether you're kind of already in the mix of creating something or you're like, wow, I know I need to create something else, but I don't know what it is. That's one of the most essential pieces, and you can let it inform you. Like there are a lot of ways I connect with my business. I connect with what is it here to be? What is it here to serve for others? And I'm the conduit through which that happens. I'm not the business. I am assisting it and being born. So it's a lot easier for me to let it have its own life, to let it communicate through me, and for me to get clarity and guidance on that, because things will come through much more fluidly for me when I do. The other thing is, what are your systems? What are the systems in place? For me, this is where it was like a huge energy suck with me thinking I needed to do everything or trying out a bunch of different systems, but it's like, oh no, I don't need to do that, or I need to do this, and really floundering around. So it just took a long time, and it was a lot of energy and money expenditure that didn't need to happen. So we will go through how you're putting together what those systems are that assist you in your business and in what you're creating. Maybe team members and other people who are assisting you. If I had the team members I have now, or even known that existed, or been able to clearly define the roles needed in my business way back when, it would have helped immensely. So getting clarity on like what you're doing and who is here to assist you and how you can welcome and invite those people in is a big part of what this is about. The other thing that I love that's really, really juicy for me and so easy, like intuitive for me, is putting in place what are your offerings, what are the packages and how you're doing it. I just went to a practitioner yesterday for Rolfing, and he doesn't have any packages. A lot of people who are practicing and you see one-on-one, one person at a time, it's like, oh, here's what I charge by the hour. But you actually could charge by the result. Like what if I could do it in 10 minutes instead of taking an hour to do something? You'd actually want to pay more. I would pay more if someone could do it in 10 minutes versus an hour, because then I have all that time. So there are a lot of ways you can package what you're doing and really package your genius in a specific way that gives people way more and allows you to receive way more. And it's not always so intuitive, especially for people who are in like a brick and mortar physical practice and you're seeing one patient at a time and you're like, well, like for my friend the Rolfer, he's like, well, he's doing this physical thing, and he had some ideas already of how he could branch that out in a bigger way and what he'd be sharing, because for him, he's like, it's about movement. If I can teach people about movement, they can receive greater health in their bodies, and it's not something I have to do physically again and again as a one-on-one. We don't always put that together for ourselves, like, geez, what could it look like? How can I leverage my expertise and leverage what I know in a way that's like immensely valuable to others beyond what I'd imagine? It's so useful to have someone from the outside in looking at that, because often we don't even realize how much a wealth of knowledge we are, a wealth of wisdom, or the information or just the education we've had, and how valuable it is to others, but also how to package it in a way that is valuable to others. What are they looking for and how do they want to receive it? So super, super easy and fun. And for sure, you receive way, way more when you do this. By letting them receive way, way more from you. So that part we will do in the program. And also I'm going to do individual sessions, to look at what you're doing, look at the structures that you've put in place, and assist with like specific things that how are you offering what you're doing, or one thing that you could do right now that would really bring a lot more into your practice. And then the last thing, which is kind of my whole reason why I wanted to create the Be the Medicine program, was because when I wasn't fully embodying my message, everything was a zillion times harder, and it was like squeezing water from a stone, trying to kind of get something back from what I was putting into my business. When I finally really learned how to tap in to my own wisdom, my own guidance, and to let myself be the message, then it was so much easier. It wasn't like I was trying to explain things to people, or they don't understand, or they're not doing what I asked, or how come nobody gets it? Because I was embodying it so fully, people would just immediately get it and know that they resonated with me. If they were the people who resonated with me, they would know at hello. And literally, I've had people fly across the planet to come and work with me physically here in Colorado. It's really beautiful. But also to come and say, yes, I know, I want to do your program immediately, because it resonates with something in them. And that's because I kind of finally really surrendered fully to letting myself come into my own alignment. For me, it was a huge need to release fear. When I was still operating in duality, I kind of, in my business, in my practice, I understood I would connect with people immediately and be able to allow the healing to happen and the transmutation to happen. But then when it came to growing my business and developing my business, I was not in that neutrality. It was like, I got to do this and I got to do that, and I'm not doing this right, and I have to do more. And I was in a whole different frequency. And so it made it so hard, and it never created what I knew was really in store. So that is the biggest reason why you would want to do this program, is because we will be assisting your alignment, assisting you in really entering into the fluid expression, the fluid embodiment of everything you're here to be, which is like the easiest thing to do, but we kind of need to practice into it in a way that invites exactly who you're here to work with, in a way that lets you know exactly what needs to be done and what you can just let go of, like on a day-to-day basis. I can kind of just feel into what's required of me today. Where can I best put my energy? Maybe it's an hour that day. Maybe it's 5 hours that day. Most days it's way, 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 way less than I would have imagined, and way, way, way less than what I was doing before, because it's so leveraged, because it's so clear, because it's so precise. I know exactly what my business requires of me, what my clients require of me. And sometimes it's like, get out and take a nice walk and air yourself out. That is the greatest contribution you can be to what's getting created through you. But I didn't used to let myself operate that way, so it was a lot more of an uphill battle. So if this sounds like it's something that resonates with you, registration is officially open. And if there's like any lack of clarity and you want to email, just email to support@drkimd.com. What else did I want to share on here? The biggest thing is always letting go of everything you think is required of you, everything you think about money, about work, about your own being enough, all of those things, because there's so much more that we can receive than what we usually imagine. So that's another huge, huge thing you will be stepping into in this program, is that inner alignment with, I totally know my worth, I totally embody this, I allow this to resonate, and I effortlessly receive even more than all of what that is in me. And the biggest recipient for your business is you. Yes, your patients and clients. Yes, the world at large. Yes, people who you're working with, and yourself. So it's an energetic exchange. And if you're thinking, oh, it's just about money, it's about money, and it's also about all the energy and juice and inspiration and aliveness and everything that comes with doing a business or a practice assisting others that's really aligned with your heart, that's really aligned with who you are. And that is immeasurable. It is an infinite return on investment. So I invite you into the Be the Medicine program if this resonates with you. It's at drkimd.com/BTM. And I'm super excited to connect with you soon. Bye.